Hollywood battles the AI movie machine at this year's Toronto International Film Festival. The clash between human creativity and machine-made movies was on full display. According to The Hollywood Reporter, AI startups are pitching studios tools to mass produce 1,000 films a year, restore old footage, and even reform classics like The Wizard of Oz. Filmmakers pushed back. Guillermo del Toro warned, "We live in a world that now wants to tell us loud and clear that art is not important. They want to insist it can be done by an app." Directors like Richard Linklater and Nia DaCosta emphasized rehearsal, emotion, and interpretation, the things machines can't replicate. Meanwhile, lawsuits swirl. Warner Brothers is suing Midjourney for copyright infringement, and Anthropic agreed to $1.5 billion in settlements with authors. Yet investors keep pouring money into the AI movie factory. Hollywood may only have room for one vision: humanist art or algorithmic content. The fight is just beginning. Okay, what's the real bottom line here? AI is coming for Hollywood. It's coming for not just Uber drivers, not just radiologists, not just people doing low-level work, but it's coming for big-time Hollywood directors, producers, writers, and actors. So get ready. They're coming whether you like it or not. What does this really mean? Let's dig a little deeper here. All of us like to think we do something unique and special, that we cannot be replaced by a machine. And at some level, that's hubris. I'm full of it. Chances are you're full of it. I've seen recent surveys where drivers are asked, Uber drivers, are you worried about artificial intelligence replacing you in robotic cars? And many of them say, oh, no, what I do can't be done by, well, that's just delusion. The human brain is unique. It's powerful. Yes, it's special, but the human brain has created artificial intelligence, and it's creating it to get better, faster than human beings do. We don't want to admit that. I don't like to admit that at some point, an AI clone may analyze and dissect the news better than I do, but it's certainly possible. Now, I'm trying to prepare. Those of you who've heard me and you've seen the ads, I have my own AI clone, tjwalker.ai, which can analyze you if you want to speak to it, and it can analyze your speech. It can analyze your backdrop, your lighting, whether you touch your hand too much. It can do it actually better than I can in many cases. My clone's available 24 hours a day, speaks 32 languages, and gives advice the way I do. So I already know in my own profession, in my own job, AI can do, in some respects, a better job. So it only makes sense that Hollywood movies could do it. We're seeing books written now, nonfiction books written quickly. Supposedly, right after the assassination of Charlie Cook here in the United States, Amazon was flooded with books, full-length books. We're talking 30, 40, 50, 60,000 word books written, and they were written by AI. Now, I haven't read any of them, but presumably some of them did a good job of aggregating all the other news out there from journalistic enterprises and organizing it in a systematic way, which is what nonfiction writers do. Are we really going to live in a world where a Martin Scorsese or a younger Martin Scorsese can't make a unique vision of a movie? I don't think we're going to be there anytime soon, but let's not kid ourselves. So much of what Hollywood turns out is slop. It's, people like to talk about AI slop. Well, what do you call a Marvel movie that's got, 50 different characters of Marvel IP that have been around for 80 years, and they're all interacting and fighting, and it's, good guys versus bad guys. Can AI do a better job of that? Yeah, I think it can. And if it's a little bit worse, who can tell? How will anyone even notice? I think what we're going to see is a lot of the bottom-tier filmmakers cut out, mid-tier filmmakers cut out, people who are sort of in a groove and doing the same old thing cut out. And we're going to see a new breed of filmmakers who are auteurs at a different level. They're not just the director, but they're the creator, the writer. They are the stars. They're orchestrating everything with how they prompt the AI to make the movie. We're going to see a new generation of auteur, and it's not going to be one that is skilled in raising money. I was listening to Woody Allen speak the other day on Bill Maher's webcast, and he was just talking about the tremendous pressure as a filmmaker that every year you got to go out and raise another 20, 30, $40 million. And he's been good at it. He's made 50 movies. But there are a lot of people in the world who are creative and are not good at asking people for $50 million. I've not been successful at raising $50 million. Have you? That's hard. So to the extent that we can now have creators who are good just at creating a movie using AI, it's a different skill set. Doesn't make it necessarily worse than somebody who's good at raising $50 million, like a Francis Ford Coppola, although he had to put his own money in his last movie. It's a different skill set. The world is always changing. The skills you need to survive are always changing. That's the one thing that's consistent. So my message to you in your own business, in your own career is, rather than panicking about AI, you and I have to think every single day about how are we using AI to be more effective. I'm using AI right now to synthesize the news sources, to come up with my news script. There is AI helping me create images that I put on the screen. Not that one, but others, images we're seeing that I've put up on my screen, and that's a part of reality. That is what we're doing these days. Put up the wrong one. There we go. There's the right screen. Those of you listening on the podcast, we also have text graphics, images on the screen when we're doing this show on YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, X, and all the other social media platforms. So the image right there next to the text is AI generated. So I'm using it. So I can't tell you I'm pure and holier than thou, but I'm trying to use it in a way of enhancing my own insights, my own creativity. That is what I think is the real solution here.